It has happened. The final stage of censorship has begun, and the first country has completely banned Twitter. The Supreme Court judges in Brazil have completely shut down Twitter, and 250 million people are being deprived of their freedom of expression. And the first EU countries also want to follow suit. Let's take a look at this catastrophic news. Here we go. In recent days, the power struggle between the Brazilian government and Elon Musk escalated to unprecedented heights, and it happened as it had to. The Brazilian government has completely and permanently banned and shut down the independent news portal Twitter. Brazil has undoubtedly and indeed completely slipped back into dark socialism under President Lula. Government critical opinions are simply being completely censored. ZDF reported a few minutes ago that the federal judge ordered the messaging service Twitter to be blocked in Brazil. The Supreme Court of Brazil has ordered the immediate ban of Twitter's successor, X. This came after a legal deadline set by the court had expired. A judge in Brazil has ordered the ban of Elon Musk's online platform X after a months-long dispute with the tech billionaire. The National Telecommunications Authority is to implement the order within 24 hours, ordered Judge Alexandre de Moraes of the Supreme Federal Court. Well, what else is there to say? The whole world is indeed moving towards the abyss, and for decades, the world has not truly faced as many critical problems as it does right now. And the more problems there are, the more dissatisfied the population naturally becomes. And the governments simply are not able to afford that no matter how hard they try in any way. Especially in times of a massive presence on social media, governments completely lose control over the population as their state-controlled media eventually cannot compete with alternative media in any significant manner. People no longer get their information from the Tagesschau and Der Spiegel, but rather from Twitter, YouTube, Telegram, and so on. Thus, governments are now taking strict draconian measures in an effort to bring the population back in line. Gradually, all social media is being censored, and if that doesn't work, they are completely banned, as is the case now in Brazil. And of course, as always, they indeed use the pretext of fake news. ZDF reports that he accuses the Twitter successor service X of doing too little to combat the spread of hate speech and fake news. Elon Musk Sanders refers to freedom of speech and labels Judge as an evil dictator. The conflict has recently escalated significantly. The judge has demanded that X block the accounts of right-wing activists who spread conspiracy theories and misinformation. Musk describes the demand as unlawful. The online platform did not comply with the request and also did not pay the imposed fine. Musk then closed the office in Brazil in mid-August, citing concerns about the potential arrest of the then representative. Morally, X issued an ultimatum this week. Either a legal representative will be appointed within 24 hours or the platform will be banned. Musk let this deadline pass. Well, there you have it. The evil right-wingers disseminate fake news on social media platforms like Twitter, and the evil Elon Musk does not intervene. On the contrary, he even supports the evil right-wingers such as Donald Trump, and that is absolutely unacceptable. Not. And that's why Twitter is now banned throughout Brazil. However, this ban did not go far enough for the Brazilian judge. He also ordered that any Brazilian who uses virtual private network VPN software to bypass the ban in Brazil in any way possible should be severely punished. A fine of Brazilian real was threatened, totaling around $8,000 per day. And for a brief explanation, a VPN is software that lets you make your computer appear as if it is in another country. And since Twitter is currently only banned in Brazil, it was easy to bypass the ban. Additionally, the Brazilian judge instructed Google and Apple to remove the Twitter app from the download stores within days and to block its usage as well. This is truly a complete censorship program. However, there were major problems with the last two measures, leading to the withdrawal of the directive on VPN usage, download stores, and policies. So, the only option left is the complete shutdown of Twitter in Brazil. And I really have absolutely no idea whether this whole thing is legal and whether Elon Musk will sue about it. After all, these instructions indeed came from the highest judge in Brazil. So it looks like Twitter is really going to be completely shut down and the Brazilians are left in the lurch. But it's not just Brazil resorting indeed to such draconian measures. The EU countries are also certainly ready to take action, with France leading the way. I mean, in France, the debate about the ban on Twitter has been raging for over a year now. Euractiv reported at that time that a possible Twitter ban is causing controversy in France. The EU Commission and the French government have announced that they will ban Twitter if it does not comply with European legislation. The announcement has caused quite a stir among right-wing members of parliament in France. At that particular time, Elon Musk indeed officially announced that he strongly desired to withdraw Twitter from the EU Code of Conduct on Disinformation because this EU Code of Conduct is being predominantly misused by various European governments to suppress the free expression of political opposition. Everything that does not suit the government is declared false information by fact-checkers. This has been the case since 2001 and continues to be censored. And Elon Musk was not interested in that back then, which is why he distanced himself from it at the time. And the whole issue had essentially more or less completely fizzled out. There had been no news of a new Twitter ban or the high fines that were announced or anything like that. But now the whole situation is certainly indeed entering a new round because after Brazil has been the first major country to come out of hiding and completely ban Twitter, other countries will naturally take this as a cue and naturally follow suit. True to the sentiment, well, if Brazil can ban Twitter, then we can do that too. And the more countries follow suit, the more this will become the common procedure. And at some point, we will realize that everything is forbidden again, not just Twitter, but all social media. And then we find ourselves again in the darkest newspapers. I mean, this year already in Germany, first, we had a ban on Compact, then the founder of Telegram was arrested in France, then the head of Rumble fled Europe, and now the complete ban on Twitter in Brazil. And if this continues, we will return to the times when there was only the Tagesschau and that was it. No Twitter, no Telegram, no YouTube, nothing. And when I think about it, it really sends chills down my spine. What do you think about this complete ban on Twitter in Brazil? And how quickly will such bans come to Europe as well? Feel free to share your opinion in the comments under the video. 2001.